Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm covering the topic of area of a triangle. It's really done in form 3 and probably even earlier forms the basic formula, which is height by base on 2, and the harder formulae is started in form 3 and continued in form 3. So in this video I plan to start with that basic one and get into the more complex ones with some worked examples. So I really hope that you tune in and you learn something from it. This is my note on the area of a triangle. There are 3 formulae as listed here. The first one now, it says it's only for a right angle triangle, right? Only when you have a right angle triangle, say going like this, for a right angle here and say here's height, here's base, then you can use this formula. If you have another triangle, say looking like this though, where you have a perpendicular distance coming down, say here like this, oops, excuse my not straight line, like that, we could call their height, this height here, and this cuts this line here B, then we could also use this formula here, right? So once there's a right angle within the triangle as well. Also, another time we could use this formula is if the triangle looks like this, just like that, and there's a dotted line coming down here with that is perpendicular here to what is on the base. So what I would use the base to be is this dotted line, the height to be this dotted line here, and the base will be this distance here. So these are the 3 diagrams that will cover this formula, right? Now, for the second formula now, this one is called Heron's formula. The area is this. Now, you notice that there's a S here. This S is a 4th variable, right? And it comes from these 3 values, A, B, and C. So A, B, and C are, well, we're dealing with non-right angle triangles. So say a triangle looking like this. A could be with the distance of one side, B could be the distance of another side, and C could be the distance of the third side. So we're simply going to add up all 3 distances and divide them by 2, and that will be my variable for S. Now once I get that, then I could substitute it into this formula here, and that is the area. Now, third formula now is similar to this one. Again, it's not right angle triangle. So again, we have an ABC formula, right? So if here is small c, then this side, this point here is actually big C. If here is small a, then the point opposite the side is actually big A. And here is small b, similarly like this. So what they are telling us in this one is that the area is a half AB sine C. So it's a half of this side and this side sine of the angle in between the 2 sides, right? So this is our third formula, and this one involves tricks, right? So please stay tuned to see my worked examples on all 3 formulae. Rule 1. So it says here, find the area if this distance here is 8 yards and this one is 8 yards and there's a right angle in between. So that looks like this triangle here. So I would use height by base on 2. So I would simply write up area is height by base on 2, which is 8 plus 8 on 2, 64 on 2, which turns out to be 32 yards squared. So this is my answer for my first one. So example 2 now looks like this. Again, which triangle category would this fall under? The first one, the second one, or the third one? I don't have all 3 sides. I don't have the distance here, no here, right? But I only have down here is 10 inches, right? So I can't use Heron's formula, and I can't use this other formula here that involves tricks because I have no angle in between. So what I'm left to use is the right angle formula. So this is the perpendicular distance going here, just similar to like what I drew up here for this triangle here. So this is considered, this 10 is the base and this 8 is the height. So area again, using height by base on 2, will be 10 by 8 on 2, which will be 80 on 2, which will turn out to be 40 inches squared, right? So this, everyone, is my second example. Okay, so now I'm on to my third example. So this one here has no right angle or anything like that, so I will not use my first formula. I have all 3 sides, so I will use Heron's formula. So I could call here, since here is capital A, here will be small a, here is capital B, here will be small b, and this side here will be small c. So the S will be A plus B plus C, which will be, well, let me go in order, 40 plus 24 plus 32 divided by 2, which would work out to 8. So 48 is my S. Now my area now will be square root of S by S minus 8 by S minus B by S minus C, guys. So that is going to be, just substituting the 48. I get 48 here. 48 minus 40 48 minus 24, 48 minus 32. Now, working that out now, I'll get 48 by 8 by 12, sorry, 24 by 16. Now, multiplying all of these four answers here, I will 147,456, and now when I find the square root of that, I'll end up getting 384, and what was it? Meters squared. So that, everyone, is the area of my third triangle using Heron's formula. So now let me move on to my last formula. So now I'm on to my final example here. Example 4, where I have a triangle here. I'm given two sides, 7 and 10, and the angle in between. So since I'm not given this side here, I cannot use Heron's formula. No, since I'm also not given that this is a right angle triangle, I cannot use the first formula. So I cannot use this one, nor can I use this one. So this is out and this is out. So what's left is this formula here, the third formula, which involves tricks. So I will use the formula area is equal to a half of AB sine C. Now what are A and B? A and B are simply the other side. So since here is capital here A, here will be 7 will be common A. Since here is capital B, 10 will be common. Sorry, 10 will be common B. Yes. So I'll write a half by 7 by 10 sine of 25. So 7 by 10 is 70. And half of that is 35. So 35 by all of this will end up being around this 14.79. Say this was centimeters. They didn't give it, but to say I'm using that, then my answer will be centimeters squared. 14.79 centimeters squared. Right? So this, everyone, is the end of my video. I hope that you understand these 4 worked examples that I did, where I went through all 3 formulae. Now please feel free to like, share, and of course subscribe. Thanks guys for following me.